Hey there, Chef Shelley here. If we're just meeting for the first time, I'm a personal chef and I've been cooking for paying clients for 16 years now. Now currently, I don't do catering at all. I am solely focused on weekly meal services. So when I'm not cooking for my own clients, I help passionate home cooks like you start your own successful personal chef business so you can get paid to do what you love without having to go to culinary school or having to do catering events every weekend. So a lot of times when people are trying to get started, they really get stuck on their pricing. And when I thought about this, I realized that if you don't know how much to charge and you're thinking about starting, getting paid to cook, starting a personal chef business, how do you figure out how much money you can make? So today I'm talking about pricing personal chef services, how much money you make, and I'm even going to tell you how much I charge for my own. So to be clear, when I'm talking about pricing personal chef services, weekly personal chef services, I'm talking about, cooking a week's worth of dinners for a paying client, not catering, not selling like one plate of meatloaf at a time. The core service of a personal chef is preparing a week's worth of dinners for clients. So let's say you're starting out as a personal chef. How do you figure out how much to charge for weekly service? Well, the easiest thing to do is just look around at what other personal chefs in your area are charging. Now, let me give you the caveat here. This isn't the end. You don't just look at another personal chef in your city and go, okay, I guess that's what I'll charge. There's a whole bunch of other things that go into considering when you're setting your pricing, and we go really deep into that in the Personal Chef Master Course. But for this quick video, we're just going to take a look at what the market is currently doing, okay? So Google around and compile some information on what personal chefs are charging in your area. Just make sure that you are comparing apples to apples. You want to look for personal chefs, not companies that hire out chefs, not caterers. You want to make sure you're looking at the price for 5 meals. That's a basic service amount for weekly meal service, and it makes it easy to compare. And you want to make sure that they're not including the cost of groceries in their pricing, because that'll be different too. You're just looking for what their fee is. So I know that's like kind of a lot to take in. So look, if you value your time and your sanity, you can just go to the Personal Chef Business Academy and get our report. We've already compiled what 60 personal chefs across the country are charging. Easy peasy. I'll put a link right below or around this video so you won't even have to Google around and dig through a bunch of websites trying to find, pricing and check to make sure it's what you're looking for. So that link will be right around this video. Okay, so we're looking at all these chefs and their pricing, and generally across the country, across the US, the average price is about $335. So let's say you work 2 days a week. That means you'd make $2,680 a month. And yes, I worked this out ahead of time. I don't know this off the top of my head. So that means if you worked 5 days a week for clients, you'd make $6,700 a month. Now, so of course, there are a lot of variables in there, but we're looking at rough numbers here. If you want to do small event catering occasionally or at the holidays too, that would be on top of this. So what it really looks like for a personal chef, like when I was just starting out, I went through all the pricing drama. I did things wrong, like including groceries or other mistakes. Finally, I just settled on $300. So that was $300 plus groceries to cook a client 5 different entrees and some side dishes. All right? So for a family, that's like a week's worth of meals. For a couple, almost 2 weeks. And yes, we would freeze some of the food. And for a single person, that would be like 3 weeks of dinners. So after a few years of this, I raised my prices to $330. Then a few years, $375. Then $400, then $500. And at the end of 2021, I raised my price for this to $600. And I have a waiting list. So listen, I'm not telling you this to brag. It's not because I'm so awesome. I'm not even telling you this so that you think you can charge $600 the first time you ever cook for a paying client. I'm sharing this just to give you a reference point on what personal chefs charge across the country, how much you think you can make when you're starting, and what you can do after years of experience. So again, there's a lot of stuff here to take into consideration. Your experience, your confidence in your cooking skills, your age, your area, not your age. I'm sorry, but when it comes to your area, you can charge more as a personal chef if you're in New York City than you can if you're in Paris, Texas. So, it also depends on who you're marketing to for your potential clients and how you set up your services. Because some people will want to have, more clients and will charge a lower rate because of the area they're in, or some people will want to work part-time and just focus on those super affluent families that just want service once a week, and they'll work maybe 2 days a week. So you have to remember too that having a personal chef is a premium service. It's not for everyone. Okay, going to the grocery store and picking up pre-prepared packaged meals in the deli section, that's for anyone, but these are two incredibly different things. When you're doing personal chef services, you're not selling food. You're actually giving them back time, health, whatever else it is that for them is the end result of not having to deal with deciding and planning and shopping and cooking and cleaning all the time. And that is worth a lot to the right people. So go get that personal chef pricing report and spend a little time and think about what your pricing could be and how much money you could make if you're interested in getting paid to cook, do what you love, not having to work nights and weekends, doing catering and restaurant work and stuff like that. Because I'm telling you, if you have the passion and the drive to want to do this, the clients are out there and they are hungry for what you're cooking.